We are steady approaching the NFL 2023 season, and we already had some notable off-season action. Let's run down a few predictions I've had for the upcoming season. For starters, I'm a Chicago Bears fan, which has its ups and downs. As of late, mostly downs. This season, I hope Justin Fields proves the naysayers wrong and has a 4,000-yard season like he said he would. At most, I would love for them to win 8 to 9 games and possibly get a wildcard spot, especially since Rodgers is out of the division and all we have to worry about is a not-so-consistent Kirk Cousins, an overrated Goff, and an inexperienced Jordan Love. The city needs to finally have a franchise quarterback that can take them to the promised land. Most recently in news, we got Jonathan Taylor requesting a trade from the Colts. Jim Irsay has expressed that he's not going to trade him now and not in October. Yeah, we heard that 1,000 times. Let's say Taylor does get traded. Where would he go? Well, Taylor could take his talents to Florida and go to either Tampa Bay or Miami. The Bucs don't have Fournette anymore to rely on. They have Rachaad White and Chase Edmonds. Taylor can be the featured back that they need. He can be another threat going along with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Taylor can help take the pressure off of Tua and establish a great running game that can possibly take Miami to the next level. So who's going to have a better season in the battle between Sean Payton and Nathaniel Hackett? Well, for starters, let's look at the quarterbacks. Russell Wilson was horrendous last season and was a shadow of his former self with only 16 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. On the other hand, we have Aaron Rodgers, who failed to make the playoffs last season and pretty much wasn't consistent all season. The Broncos will be a much better team than they were last year for sure. Sean Payton doesn't have Drew Brees anymore, but Russell will definitely improve with an established coach. I don't see them winning the division or making the playoffs just yet. Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert are still a dominant force in that division. As for the Jets, they are treating this season as Super Bowl or bust. I highly doubt they'll make the Super Bowl, but as for the playoffs, they could definitely get in. Depending on how the AFC East plays out, it might not be too much of a challenge for them. There are still questions regarding if Tua can stay healthy. Hopefully he can make it through the whole season. It's a shame when a player's career gets affected by unfortunate injuries. Josh Allen has to get better in terms of decision making, and it's starting to look like the Buffalo Bills championship window might be closing, so it's now or never for them. And for the Patriots, they are still figuring things out with Mac Jones. With all this in mind, the Jets would definitely have a better season than the Broncos, but it will definitely be exciting once these two meet early in the schedule. Alright, let's stay in the AFC East for a bit and talk about the Buffalo Bills. Last season, it got on my nerves when everyone in the football world was holding up Josh Allen like he was the second coming of Marino or something. Now don't get me wrong, Allen is a phenomenal player, but what exactly has he accomplished to be held in such a high, magnificent standard? Sure, he put on a show against the Chiefs in the 2022 playoff game when it went to OT, and he is a phenomenal athlete, but other than that, he still lost to the Chiefs. Yeah, sure, he beat them in the regular season, but so did the Colts, so what does that matter? All I'm saying is, if Josh Allen is really that guy, he needs to take his team all the way, and he needs to do it now. The AFC East has a chance to get better. Mac Jones might improve his game with Bill O'Brien. If Tua learns to protect himself in the pocket, he can finally put his weapons to good use, and the Jets are looking to build a young, talented team with Rodgers at the helm. The point is, Bills fans, it feels like that championship window is starting to close. Josh Allen has to take control before it's too late. What team will make the biggest jump this season? For me, it was between the Chargers and the Jaguars, and I ultimately chose the Jaguars. Don't get me wrong, Justin Herbert is an elite quarterback, but I just don't trust Brandon Staley to be the right guy for the team. The addition of Kellen Moore will definitely improve Herbert's mechanics, but the season might be ruined on poor coaching. As for the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson look like a match made in heaven. Every year, Trevor seems to be getting better, and with the addition of Calvin Ridley this season, it will give Trevor more opportunities to air it out. I have the Jags finishing 13-4 and winning the division. I predict they will once again beat the Chargers in the wildcard game, but will lose to the Bengals in the divisional round. Moving on, let's get into some MVP talks. If it was up to me, I would give the award to Justin Fields every year, but sadly it isn't. So far, the top 5 picks are Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, and Jalen Hurts. All 5 of these guys are phenomenal players, but who will come out on top? It isn't uncommon for a player to win MVP back-to-back. Most recent, it was Aaron Rodgers when he won in the 2020 and 2021 season, so it wouldn't be far-fetched to say Patrick Mahomes would win it again. If Mahomes does have another phenomenal playoff run, then he definitely deserves to win it again. Although Jalen Hurts kept it close last year, so we'll see who can give Patrick a run for his money this time around. I think Trevor Lawrence has a good chance to win it. I predict he'll have an amazing season coming up. Who's going to be in the Super Bowl? The NFL is an unpredictable sport. The best team doesn't always win. One play can change a whole team's season. I went ahead and simulated a whole season including the playoffs and the Super Bowl. The number 1 seeded Bengals face off against the number 2 seeded Chiefs, and once again the Chiefs come out victorious. In the NFC, another rematch happens. Number 1 seeded 49ers face off against the number 2 seeded Eagles, but this time, Brock Purdy is fully healthy and he gets his revenge on the Eagles. Super Bowl 58 will be a rematch of Super Bowl 54 with the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And once again, the Chiefs are victorious against the 49ers. If Patrick Mahomes is going to be the next Tom Brady-like quarterback for the next generation of the NFL like we all think he is, then he needs the dynasty to start now. If here to win another championship, then he definitely solidifies himself as just that. Everything this man has accomplished in such a short time is amazing. It's going to be fun watching him for at least the next decade or so. The more this guy accomplishes, the more it feels like a slap in the face for my team for not drafting him. But anyway, I also did a top 10 most anticipated NFL games for the 2023 season. If you enjoy NFL top 10s, I recommend checking it out. I'll probably do more NFL prediction videos as the season progresses or if we get some crazy drama happening. Thank you guys for the continued support, and as always, thanks for watching.